right. Well, we're here. We're live. It's Thursday. We're playing a game of snowboard on the wheel of death over here. You might win, you might lose, you might go bankrupt. I don't know. We've given away 3 snowboards. I've shipped one out. The other one's boxed and ready to go. And the third one, the guy has to come up from Denver to pick it up. Scott. Steven Scott. So, anyways, we do have a poll going on this week. And it is in the chat. And it's, have you heard of Goltzen Snowboards Warehouse? WEAR, like you wear the house. And feel free to answer that. I want to know what you guys know about Goltzen Snowboards. And that. But TC has filmed all of his reviews for 2025, this upcoming season. I'm almost done. I think I've got 7 left to go, which is not that bad. And then we're done.
Not that bad. I mean, I still have boards to ride.
Reviews. Yeah, we still have stuff to ride in the fall. Yeah. But
so far, 216 so far?
216. That is the most we have ever done.
So it'll be at like 230 probably by the total.
By Christmas, I'm thinking 230, 240, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Depends on who sends what. So
yeah.
So, but anyways, we're going to take your questions here, but I would like to start off with this one from Gene Graves. Anyone want to meet up at Timberline? This man needs someone to go shred with this summer. You can spot Gene because he is a snow juggalo. So he's got the face paint and everything. He will be yelling whoop whoop in the parking lot and spraying people with Faygo.
Faygo?
Faygo. It's what they do.
Oh.
The juggalos do. They drink Faygo.
I haven't seen that in years, I feel like.
It's very Midwest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the most god-awful soda. It's right up there with Shasta.
You don't like Shasta? What about Schweppes?
Schweppes is real. Shasta's knockoff. I didn't think Shasta actually existed, and it was just shit that they put for product placement in 80s TV shows. And then one day my aunt showed up to a family function with Shasta, and I was like, this exists? I was like, does that mean that beer exists in the white can that just says beer? And I was like, I need to know more.
My parents have Harley-Davidson beer.
Barley-Davidson?
Harley-Davidson. It's actually a Harley-Davidson beer. And I remember having a party one time in high school and somebody almost drank it. I was like, that beer's from like the 80s, maybe the 90s. But I was like, I wouldn't touch that. I don't think it's ever been refrigerated.
My brother, because he's an auctioneer and he cleans stuff out, he comes across stuff that's unopened every now and then. He found a whole bunch of like soda and beer with the pull tab on the top.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, they got rid of that by like 84, 83 maybe? I don't know. So, this is...
Bring that back.
What it is. I mean, I don't know. I follow or I watch a bunch of different programs on YouTube, like movie review people that are all doing nostalgia reviews and shit, because it's super funny. And every now and then they'll bust something out and they'll be like, we're going to drink this vintage Ecto Cooler from 1987 because we're reviewing Ghostbusters 2. And like they pour it out and it was supposed to be like nuclear green, and it comes out and you're looking at it and you're going, that literally looks like bile, thick bile. And they do it. One of the guys the other day opened up some cookies from 1994 that were chocolate, and he's like, oh, these are pretty good. And about a minute in, he goes, oh, the back end gets you hard, and he's just like coughing dust out and shit. And he's like, it tastes like sawdust and cardboard. And I'm like,
oh, you can't
with back then. So
I mean, that's back when they didn't have as much like preservatives and stuff either. Like when that went bad, that probably actually went bad.
I don't know. They were reading the ingredients and it was long. So I don't know. I mean, after watching my brother's employee smoke a cigarette from 1981 a couple weeks ago. I'm convinced anything's possible, and that expiration dates are just suggestions.
Oh, on cigarettes, 100%.
I mean, I thought it was going to go up in a big old poof, and he was pulling drags on that thing, and he goes, "It tastes like my childhood."
Yeah.
And I was just, oh, I don't know. I mean, God, this is just fucking hilarious. Like how bad.
I don't know. Maybe if he has any more packs, though, tell him to send them out. We'll do a review on a 1980 pack of smokes.
No, we're not doing that. Not on this channel. We'll create another one. We'll start using them as prop cigarettes.
Yeah, just cigs inside in the studio, dude.
They take forever to burn down.
Yeah.
When we get a real studio and we're not doing it inside of our houses. So freaking God, we are so
I mean, if you're gonna keep sitting in the director's chair, I need you to have a cigarette in the mouth. Yeah.
I want the holder, the big long holder.
Yeah, yeah, sure. But no ashtray. It's just always just like granny
There's like
style.
this much ash at all times. Yeah. I could do that. I'm gonna sit there and I'm keep taking out my little lens and holding it up to look through it. Be like, we gotta make sure this is perfect. Yeah, so that's ridiculous. But today I filmed the how to set your clue binding video up.
Nice.
Made a dent in the wall. Got a little wild.
That safety deposit pack.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever at this point. I don't know. Anyways, shall we start giving some spins out and taking some questions? Yeah. All right. Well, first one goes to our boy Letters. Gorbs Gungus is a lie. Hashtag letters for letters. Gorb got put in the box for a week in Discord, and he's been DMing people to get out. It's hilarious. He's acting bad. Oh, well, I'll lay some slow signs. Also, he wants to know, can we get a TC rant? Who was the dumbest idiot you saw on the mountain this season that wasn't the clown driving up to the lift for valet lift service?
We might have to come back to that because I don't even know. I can't think of. I don't know if I saw anybody that's really rant worthy this year that was just absolutely, what the hell are you doing? But besides that guy, that was just funny. He had no idea. He didn't even think he was doing anything wrong. So that was
driving right up to the lift. Like, what do you mean I can't park here? I paid $300 for this lift ticket. You know who I am? This is my 2019 Subaru Crosstrek.
Yeah, that was definitely top notch though. Seeing that, it's like, what the hell is this guy doing?
I think people just want to see you have a rant because you never do it. It's always me. So, yeah. Okay.
There'll be one. We'll get one going.
Yeah. All right. We got another super chat from Letters. Shout out to the Goldson Warehouse, making boards stiffer than Burton in a factory paid for by insurance fraud and trust funds. Allegedly. We have to use the word allegedly here.
Yeah.
Hashtag letters for letters.
But what a funny thing to just claim that your boards are stiffer than another brand's. It's an odd flex.
He already lost. Like, is this how we're going today? This is ridiculous. Does he even have any to lose? That's my question. Like,
Letters is streaky. He gets a bunch and then he loses them and then he gets a bunch back. And
no, I know. He's like a bad case of herpes. It flares up and then it disappears and you think it's good and then it comes back and you're like, what the hell? No, he doesn't have anything. He lost everything last week. But it's okay. We'll start him off again. Hopefully he'll get something because, you know, he's going to try. Although he told me he's saving for a mail order bride. So, all right. We got Gringo Brian with the super chat. What's your bucket list top 2 or 3 resorts that you have to hit before you die? You go first, sir.
I don't know if you consider it a resort, but Baldface, and then I do want to get up to Whistler, but can't have 2 Canadian resorts. Probably get out in the Alps somewhere. I don't know the name really, but you know, out to the Alps, and then definitely Baldface. That's got to be on there.
I want to do Valle Nevado, I want to do Japan, not just at one resort. I want to do all the resorts in Japan. And then Baldface is up there. Like, I looked at it. It's actually not that pricey. Like, I think if we have a really good winter this year, I could swing it so that we could go do a trip and review it.
Yeah.
So there's
The
that.
problem with Baldface, that it's not really a problem for either of us, but I've heard of this, is they just keep asking if you want drinks. And then at the end of it, like a month later, then they send you the bill for the drinks. And then it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's not all inclusive.
No, it is not. You think it is, but it's not.
Yeah, no. I'd like to do that. And then that's one. Revelstoke's kind of up there. And then Benny Pellegrino, who used to work at Milo and works for Nitro now, he wants us to come out and go shred the bird with him. Oh God. Just falling over here. But I would like to go shred the bird with Benny because I think that would be real interesting because that dude does rip and he knows that mountain real well. So I think that would be one. Also, let's see. We got to give Brian his spin. Where do we got here? Ooh, ouch. Lose a letter. Next question gets a spin. So let's see. I got to make sure he's not on this list. I'm just checking everything.
I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Gringo Brian.
It is true. He's been busy making chocolates. Also, shout out to Fortunato Chocolates. I have been eating so many s'mores from them. Brian's one of the owners, and definitely want to shout those out. Those guys, they hooked it up at Thirsty Thursday last year. Yeah. They brought so many damn chocolates. It was amazing. I think everyone left with some chocolate that day. And that's some high-end shit. None of that Hershey's bullshit. All right. Well, he's not on the list, so we're good. But we got to figure out the next question here. And it cannot be letters. All right. Let's see. Oh, my God. I'm scrolling. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, my God. There's got to be a question somewhere. Okay. We'll take this one from Jonah Childs. What's your favorite resort to go to in Colorado and the U.S.? Copper.
Aspen.
Butt pencil's really good. I like
Love me some Aspen. Yeah.
Powderhorn.
Powderhorn's
real fun. I love Powderhorn. I love going.
Dude, I mean, Sunlight. Like, if you catch it on that day, it's so fun. It just feels like an old school resort there too. Like, just private owners. It's awesome. But if we're being 100% serious, it's got it all. I'm going Aspen.
Oh yeah. Well, if we could afford.
Me and Travis have been talking about it recently. I'm like, God damn, is it awesome?
Aspen is awesome. We'll make
Steamboat look like a shithole.
Peasant country up there.
Peasant country over there, dude.
Yeah. But for U.S. resorts, my favorite's probably Baker, but it has to be on a powder day. If it hasn't gotten snow, that place is fucking miserable. But yeah, I got to ride it 3 days in a row. And first day we get there, it starts puking. I think by 10 o'clock, there was 3 feet in the parking lot. The next morning, I think it was 8 feet. Cleared up. We were able to ride. Storm came in the evening. 4 feet the next night. And then the last day that we were there was just sunny Bluebird. So, but yeah, and that was a private event. K2 had rented that for Camp K2. So that was sick. So I would love to go back. I would love to go back to Baker. Like, there's just so much shit to jump off of. So, all right. Well, this man gets a spin. Person above you and below you lose a letter. That's not good, man. That's not how you win friends and influence people. So we got Jackoff beat below you. So
he's got letters.
He does have letters. I know he does. I've seen him. Oh no, he went bankrupt last week, so he's got nothing. He lost them all. And the person above you is Kilo, and I think he's in here somewhere. These lists, they're too long. I need an adult because I'm not one. I ate ice cream for breakfast the other day.
You ate breakfast?
I eat breakfast all the time. and become
Go
fancy.
brunch.
Become
I
fancy.
ate breakfast food at about noon.
Yeah, well, I don't text you before 10 for a reason.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm up. I just enjoy the mornings.
Yeah, no, you might not answer me, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Those people are not on the list that I could find. All right. We got our boy, My Knees Are Cheese, came for the cuckening, stain for the rants. I don't know if you're going to get any rants. You might. You never know. Ouch. You did have one letter. Those are gone.
You did.
You did. You're back to nothing, sir. Nothing. So, all right. And the next question gets a spin. So let's scroll our ass to the bottom here and find something. Oh, man. Let's see. Well, we'll take this one from Thomas Acosta. Hey, guys, is there a review of the Spring Break Powder Racers in the works now that it has camber? No. Well, I shouldn't say no. We'll see what we can do in the fall. Can you give me an idea of how it rides? Like a snowboard. Have not
Maybe in
been
the
on
fall.
it, man. Like, that's a tough one. I ask for those every year, and they were like, no. And I'm like, do you just not have them? What's going on? Or are you hoarding them all for yourself? Damn it, Capita, give me one. Spray some skiers. Spray some skiers. I'm all about that. All right. Okay. Let's see. We got another super chat from Letters. Good Ride didn't ride a resort twin in POW, but said Powder Racer was better. Well, yeah, it's a fucking POW specific board. Of course it's gonna be better than a true twin. Like the fuck.
Yeah.
What POW board should I buy? Hashtag letters for letters. Hashtag scooters with L stacker. Don't you already own an Endeavor archetype? I don't think you need another POW board. I think you're fine. I think you need to take that money and put it towards your mail order bride.
Jones Hovercraft. Not the Resort Twin, because that's not a POW board.
Yeah. I mean, did he confuse Resort Twin with Powder? That guy is such a fucking moron. Like, it's just so fucking
That would make more sense.
That guy's just so fucking frustrating with the shit that he says and puts out. I want to fucking grab him and just scream into his face like Billy Madison and be like, what is wrong with you? Don't ever say that. Like, Jesus Christ. No wonder companies don't send him shit anymore. Fucking spun in. He's re-releasing old reviews from 3 years ago saying they're updated. But they have the old graphics still in them.
Maybe with the right information from 3 years ago?
I think he's just struggling to put out content and he's not making money. Sometimes he's going like 4 weeks between putting out a review, and then he'll put out a block of 7 reviews in one day. And I'm like, dude, that just buries them in the algorithm, you idiot. Like, oh my God, that guy just so fucking frustrating. I last night was at the grocery store and ran into Kevin Hubb that, used to work with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps Greg Oakley from time to time. So I was telling him about what was going on and up with the Good Ride. And he's like, what the fuck? Is that guy going out of business? And I was like, sounds like it. No company wants to send him anything anymore. It's all these shitty knockoff brands. And then we got on the whole subject of 32 and Nidecker. And I was like, yeah, that's a weird one. So, but Kevin is alive and his wieners are doing good. So, all right, let's give Letters another spin here. This is what we do. Oh, you're gunked. Gungus. Oh. And of course, Letters again. God, this man is just leaving comment after comment. Get your questions in, people. When are sticker packs coming back? Need to restock for the season. We'll have stuff closer. Like, it's not even July yet. Like, end of July, start of August, they'll come back.
No. All right. Or you could be a Patreon member and we'll send you one next month.
That's true. Patreon does have it, or you could go to angrysnowboarderstore.com and buy some. That's also an option, which we have new stickers coming. John, the graphics guy, is working on some stuff. So, all right. And of course, we have letters again. Any kook brands on the horizon we can recommend to Buckhouse? So I was telling you about this earlier, that I wanted to read this message I got on Instagram from this brand. And so I got hit with a targeted ad for a promo reel for a new brand. And I was like, oh God, it was so fucking awful. And the dude was riding in jorts, like more B-roll than actual footage. No, didn't tell me shit about the board, right? So I get hit with the targeted ad. So I just left a comment that was like, hey, this is really bad. Like, doesn't make me want to buy your product. Do better. That's all I said. One of their fans, relatives, I don't know, lovers, whatever, left me a comment, just tried to talk shit to me. This dude, so I just left a comment. I was like, you look like the type of dude that thinks Taco Bell is authentic Mexican. That's all I said. Wasn't even mean. It was just like, it was a tie between I said that, or I was like, you look like the type of person that thinks mayo is spicy. And so they sent a message, and it was really fucking weird. So this brand is called Munford Snowboards. Like, I was like, did you spell Mumford and Sons wrong? I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm like, Munford sounds like a suburb of Muncie, Indiana. Like, I live out in Munford. Like, you know, it sounds like a great place to get the copper wiring stripped out of your house. So I get this message. Good morning. We appreciate your honest feedback on our video. It's good to know that we need to improve. There you go. You could have ended it with that. We've been a huge fan of your channel for a while now, so we were excited to see your initial comment. To provide context, the video appears amateurish because it was. For most of us, it was the first time filming while riding. And you thought to wear jorts? Like, why? Unfortunately, the videographer we hired for the project was unable to ride, so we had to film ourselves using new equipment. So you hired someone to film a promo of you snowboarding who couldn't fucking snowboard. Why would you pay them? I don't get it. As a startup with limited resources, it can be difficult to film and produce high quality footage, but we'll continue to improve what we do every day. You don't even have to you don't. Literally, it could have just been the mountain in the background with you in snowboard gear, just being like, we're Munford Snowboards. This is what we do. I would have been like, well, at least they're fucking trying. Instead, it was like a 60-second reel, probably 55 seconds of it was the most horrible B shot. It looked like B-roll, and it looked like it was raining. It was just so fucking bad. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, you want to start off, whatever. You're trying to get better. Cool. All right. I would have been fine with that message. I would have been like, yeah, okay, they're trying, whatever. I mean, I knew who they were before I saw this targeted ad, but I had forgotten because their website is so bad. Their boards they charge $700 for their snowboards. $700. I'm like, fuck. That's more expensive than a nerd. Yeah. Those are good. And but I would have been fine just ignoring them. But then they had to say this. P.S. Your feedback is always welcome, but there's no need to make personal insults towards our supporters. So the motherfucker starts with me and I fucking finish it. It's my fault. Eat a fucking dick. Your brand is now shit to me. You're dead. Suck a fart out of my ass. You have no tech specs on your boards at all. You have minimal information about your camber profile. You have no mention of the materials. You have no mention of where it's made. Like, the product description on one of these boards was, we designed this board with one of our close personal friends in mind. His feedback was instrumental in this, and we think it'll work for you. Who the fuck is this guy? He's a nobody to me. What the fuck do I care that you designed a board for one of your friends? Does he give you over the pants hand jobs on the chondola? Like, $700 snowboards, and then they list their address for their business. So I'm like, okay, where is it? Pops up on Zillow. It's a house. And they bought it in April for 400 and something thousand. I was like, is this why you're selling $700 snowboards? You got to supplement this? Like, the fuck? You're out in Roy, Utah. Like, have fun breathing the arsenic air off the Salt Lake.
Mhm.
I was just like, God, it just pisses me off that like someone wants to start shit with me when I gave them honest feedback that like, hey, this is bad. Do better. You're a fucking asshole. Fuck you. You look like Taco Bell. His authentic Mexican motherfucker, you generic ass looking white dude. You probably wear New Balances while you fricking mow your lawn and they're white. You drive a white Kia. Fuck you. I was like, God, I want to show you how bad this brand is. Like, it is so bad. Ugh, so fucking bad. I was like, well, and because of that message, I'm like, well, I will never invite them to do a review with us. It's not worth our time. They're fucking dead. So when people ask, I'll be like, it's generic knockoff shit. Like everything on it is generic knockoff. Their big thing is they have a graphic that says eat ass. It's like, why? So we can taste the hepatitis? Eat ass? Is that because your boards are shit? I don't know. So yeah. Anyways. Fuck that. Okay. And of course, letters again. He's just going for broke today. Best way to start boot breaking during the off season: wear them around the house.
Yeah.
Tie them up. Either that or tie them up and jump in the hot tub or the shower.
You can do that too. I just say wear them around the house a lot. Just when you're watching TV, reading a book, doing the dishes, whatever, just wear them.
Yeah. Something like that. I mean, that's if you really need to heat mold them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heat mold
That's the
them.
best way to do it.
I mean, it is. Yep. All right. Yeah. So, anyways, if you're just getting in here, get your questions in the chat box. We'll eventually get to them. Letters, you have to try again, but don't worry. You did. Spin for Slim. Where's the crazy kook been? He died. Freak cheese grating accident. He's trying to get some Parmesan on his pizza sub and drove the Miata off a cliff. Oh, it bounced out. Damn, he almost won a letter. Okay. Got a super chat here from HG666, the number of the beast. Keep hearing that Mervin's center bases are slow, but haven't noticed. Maybe a structure issue, or is there quality differences in centered bases? Oh, it's a structure issue for sure. Those things aren't structured when you get them. Like those are belt ground in there, and they use. It's so hit or miss with Mervin. Some of them are good, and then some of them you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? And it's like, did they just grab stuff that was on the bottom of the base material rack or what? You've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you got to put structure on it. That's like the main thing with those bases. I feel like that, or sometimes it feels like you have to just constantly wax it. And like, because I had an old pork pickle that it was like, wax that thing every 2 times I ride it because it was just always dry. And I was like, I don't understand why this one's always so dry.
The only thing I can think of is that their epoxy spilled over into the outside of the P-Tex or something, and they didn't belt sand it off.
I don't know. But it was, so weird. I've had that before, but like on their higher end boards, it's totally fine. Yeah. Like if you get their cheaper centered base, I think sometimes it's hit or miss. But if you go with like a nicer board, it should normally be fine.
Like the Orca?
Yep, totally fine on the Orca.
TC's favorite board.
Yep.
That's all he's going to ride next year.
I like that board.
TC bought all the Orcas for next year. All of them. Even the split Orca.
I heard there's a new Travis movie coming out, so I wanted to get ready for it.
Orcas in the Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah. Orcas and rice?
Orcas and rice.
Well, go Ollie some slow signs. All right. Got another super chat here from My Knees Are Cheese. Most important debate today. Are blunts truly a thing in snowboarding? Or is that local park kid just explaining away his soggy board slide? So first off, if you're going to blunt on a snowboard, it wouldn't be a soggy board slide. So if you're board sliding and you're dipped down over it, that's not a blunt. A blunt would mean, so if my index finger is your back foot, you would have that pressed down in your front foot. So the board would be up at an angle. So you'd be more on your tail under your back foot. and then it would be blunted up that way. So if he's doing a board slide and he's cocked over and it's dropped down, he's just soggy as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, so my arm is the rail. The nose of the board has to be up like this, and you're pretty much more under your front or back foot when you're doing it. So that's it. The nose or tail has to be up. Oh, that sounds like somebody's soggy, super, super soggy.
How big are that kid's pants? That's what I want to know.
Ouch. Well, you lost everything earlier, but that was the first bankruptcy of the day.
Nice.
All right.
Someone's got to do it.
All right. We got Jack Off Beach. Shout out to Car Wreck at Camp Tommy. Hashtag bird killer. Has anyone seen Tommy eat any birds at camp? He's up there right now. Oregon, you need to be on this. What's the avian population looking like? Click the links, people. Click the links. All right. We got Pat Zaransky. Good afternoon, gamers. Hope everyone is enjoying their summer. Party at Castaways when? We're working on it. Hashtag pray for snow. Hashtag Goldson Whorehouse. Hashtag spin for slim. Hashtag RIP Gorb. It's a lot of hashtags. Oh, ouch. Ooh. That's and I know you're on here. Now I just got to remember if you're page 2 or 3. You might be page 4. I don't think you're over on page 5 though. No, maybe you are page 4. I thought you had one. Where did we lose you? We didn't lose you, did we? I don't know. I meant to redo this today, but I decided instead I just wanted to eat chicken patty sandwiches.
That's fair.
You know, it's fair,
Spicy?
right? No.
Oh.
But I put ham on top, of kinds of cheese, and then blue cheese and barbecue sauce. It's feeling like a gut, like just a pile in my gut right now. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. You're lucky. You're lucky. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right, we got this one from Trigon. Scott is actually Sleepy Stevens. Could be. You never know. Although someone thought Scott at Thirsty Thursday was me, and I said just roll with it from here on out. Spray them skiers. Okay. And Letters wants to know, how do magnets work? Hashtag whoop whoop. Hashtag letters for letters. How do magnets work? TC, you're a scientist.
Yeah. It's all about positives and negatives and these electrolytes, like those molecules and ions. And then there's the rotator girder you have to watch out for. But once you get past that, it's all easy. Normally they're like rocks. And that's how magnets work.
Well, good thing Gorb was here. The molecules of magnets are configured in such a way that all their electrons spin in the same direction. This creates a magnetic force.
I was so close to being there.
You were there, but don't worry, Letters won a letter, so that's good.
All that Jeopardy I've been watching.
Somebody has to. I'm just reading books on DARPA and the CIA in Vietnam.
You really want to feel good about yourself, you watch Kids Jeopardy, or if you want to feel really bad about yourself, you watch Kids Jeopardy, depending on how smart you are, because I kick the crap out of those kids every time, but if you're dumb, you might get screwed over and then you're beat by a first grader.
It's okay. Letters wants to know if I'm watching Red Letter Media. Fuck yeah, I am. Oh my God. Rich Evans is the best. Love Rich Evans. He's a man-child that has no clue what's going on. I also love it when they melt Star Wars action figures and shit in acetone. It's amazing. All right, let's see. All right, we got D Low going to be bent over limited this upcoming season if my back can handle it. Did the Supermatics get any better? Hashtag spin me slim. So the Supermatics stayed the same. I think they did some small tweaks to it. But the bigger thing is they came out with the Supermatic Carbon. So it's actually lighter weight. It's got a slightly different strap to it in there. I actually just filmed this review today. So there is that, but that's going to come with I think it's $50 or $80 more expensive. Might be $100.
I think it's $100. But no spoiler alerts. No spoilers.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know the price. I never look at prices. I just review them and then be like, well, go buy it or don't.
I think they're like $100 more.
I think you're right.
Because the regular is $5.
Ouch. You got the bankruptcy too, and I don't even think you're on here yet. That's rough.
No better time to go bankrupt than when you don't have anything already.
That's true. I mean, when you're already at rock bottom, you can't go any lower. Although I'm starting to think that maybe we should make it so you go in the negatives. Because I think that would be the most hilarious thing in the world to be like, well, you got to dig yourself out of this hole. You're like, what? Yep. Well, no, you're not on there, so you're lucky. All right. All right. My knees are cheese. Angry Snowboarder, Snowboard Dream Team. Which 5 riders are you each choosing? Go for it.
Gonna go with Longo, number 1 there. And then Dream, like Ever.
You can choose old, young, fetuses. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm going Longo. I'm going Jamie Lynn for that. Ooh, no, never mind. I'm going Mark Frank Montoya with Longo. I like the open jacket. And then, I mean, probably gotta have Travis Rice on there, honestly, just because he's the most marketable man in the world at this point in snowboarding. Whatever he touches turns to gold. So
Shaun White, baby. Shaun White. I want 5 Shaun Whites on my team because that way I get that bankroll.
That's fair. Maybe Yuto is well on there because we need a guy that's gonna get in the half pipe and win that for us. And then I got one more.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. That's tough. I don't know what girl to choose. Probably Hannah Beeman.
All right. So starting off with Chad Otterstrom, living legend,
Okay.
Greatest snowboarder of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Fight me on that. I can prove that argument. Not the most recognized of all time, just the greatest of all time because of how long he's been able to consistently have his career. I think having that type of legend around would trickle down. I want Scotty Stevens in there, Jill Perkins. Okay. All right. There's part of me that like wants to say Longo, but I don't.
Can't have him. I already took him. He's mine.
Yeah, you took him, so that's fine. So I'm gonna go.
You can have Kevin.
Manny Diaz.
Okay.
From South America, and then for the wild card slot, I'm calling in my little brother. He's coming out of retirement for a 3rd time.
Okay.
That's where it's at because I need to see if he can still do a 1260, a black side 1260. So this is the most fucked up thing. So it's a cork spin where he grabs Japan and he pulls it almost completely inverted, and then he brings it back around, but it's a 1260. So he doesn't go over; he pulls it back down. It's the weirdest thing you'll ever see. Like you look at it and you're like, "The fuck." Every now and then he pulls one of those out. So that's where I'm going at with that.
That's fair.
All right. Ollie those slow signs. All right. Crazy, super crazy peanut butter Dave. Last Sunday, a pro surfer was killed by a shark in Oahu. And since then, they have been at least 2 more attacks on surfers in Hawaii. Have you guys ever heard of a bear attack at an open resort? Bear aren't what you got to worry about. It's moose.
Yeah, I have seen multiple moose.
Moose are deadly. The bear is asleep in the winter.
Yeah.
The moose, on the other hand, will chase you down steamboat.
And they're fast. They're really fucking fast.
I think they clock in at like 45 to 50 miles an hour, maybe more.
There's a video of one of my buddies getting chased down the Heavenly Days by a moose. Like
that happened to Kevin Smith that lives here in Summit County that I used to work with. He and Def RJ got chased at Steamboat down Heavenly Days too. There's a bunch of
they hang out there. They hang out in the park a lot too. Like I've been in the trees in the park and like look over and like, oh shit. Like,
there was that year that kid got attacked by the coyote at Copper. Broad daylight, came down and grabbed the little fucker out from like the top of Eagle, tried to drag him off in the woods.
That's natural selection.
You know, shouldn't have been sitting down to strap in, bud.
No,
you made yourself an easy target. It's all your fault. Yeah. So, you know, that's there. Okay. All right. Rob Gams, any tips for a first-time heli trip next season and any domestic recommendations for a first-time spot? Thanks. Well, when you get off, do not stand up into the blade. I shouldn't have to say that, but this is 2024 and people just think they're goddamn friggin' invincible. So we don't need you being like that scene from the original Dawn of the Dead where the helicopter decapitates the guy. We don't need that. We don't need that. So don't be sticking your hands up in there either. Have to start calling you Stumpy after that. So that's two big ones right there. But otherwise, I think, get a little in shape if you're not, because that's going to be terrain you're not used to riding. Stay hydrated. Listen to your guides. They are there to protect you and make sure you do not die. And then as far as any domestic recommendations, I'd either do the ones at Snowboard or Silverton.
Yeah.
So. All right. We got the super chat from Skell. What 2025 board do you want to ride the most? At this point, I think we rode everything.
Yeah.
216 reviews between the two of us. That's a lot of stuff. There's really not much I want to ride at this point. Like,
in terms of like extra you want to ride, or in terms
of
just
like out of like hype boards that we could. The Pocket Rocket would be one. I asked for it, but unfortunately, someone decided to ride it through the parking lot or over a bunch of rocks in Utah, so that got destroyed. And then.
The Kazoo, maybe?
Fucking Kazoo, yeah. We're supposed to get one, but every time we go to get it, someone else decided to hit another rock with it.
Yeah.
Fucking thing was getting repaired for 4 months.
I mean, I would have liked to have ridden the moderator, but you rode that one. Otherwise,
you can take it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I
don't know.
Maybe a Dinosaurs Will Die Power Reaper.
Yeah. Maybe the other half of the yes stuff that we weren't able to get to.
Yeah, that's on there.
Because that was the weird stuff that we really hadn't ridden either. Like the second
that's all the new stuff. So we won't be able to get on that till the fall probably. Yeah. That would be one. I don't know. There's like really nothing. I wouldn't have mind grabbing some boards from like Moss or Gentum or TJ brand to ride. Like those cool Japanese shapes. I'd be down with something like that. Like Yonex for sure.
Yeah.
Yonex would be really cool, but those are harder to get. Like they're just weird with how they distribute stuff and whatnot. I wouldn't mind riding some of the head stuff. I feel like that would be really cool to check out. A Niseko Pleasures. K2, every year I ask for it, and every year they don't give me one. That's been going on 3-4 years now.
You know, budgets.
Yeah, budgets. Yeah.
That's just gonna be my answer for everything. We didn't get it. Budgets. I don't know.
Yeah, budgets. Ooh, ouch. Lose a turn in the letter above for the person above and below, which neither of those guys have anything. So dodged a bullet there, Rob Gams and Pat Zaransky. All right. We got a super chat from Jack Offbeat. Grob is the handsome idiot who went from Canadian sea level to ride 11K foot elevation raw dog, no cardio prep. Hashtag Munford and Son. Hashtag Buckhouse Pedo Stash. Factually true. Gorb flew in for Thirsty Thursday from Oakville, Ontario, elevation like 300 feet, right on up to Ski Cooper at 11,000. Just boop.
But the day before, he got absolutely tanked.
Oh yeah, they took him to a brewery, and they're like, they're not that high ABV, and I was like, he's coming from sea level, guys.
Like two IPAs, you're screwed, bud. But you know, he did it with flying colors. Brought his goo with him the next day. He was ready to go.
Gamer goo from Japan.
The gamer goo. I still have mine.
I made a microwave it to see what would happen, and it just spread out and then solidified on the plate, and it was like a Jello jiggler.
Ugh. If you put it in the fridge,
a warm Jello jiggler. That's it. I'm bringing Jello jigglers to Thirsty Thursday.
Yes.
Oh God, no, I'm not. I don't want to make jigglers. Those things suck.
Is that just a Jello shot
with Malort?
Oh,
Malort Jello shots.
If you wouldn't have said anything,
like, Malort might be good. I don't know.
Oh, it's not gonna be good. Well, the best part about a Jello shot is you don't actually have to chew it. You can just swallow it whole, so you don't really taste it. But then you're gonna have a Malort bomb in your stomach,
melting.
Yeah. You'll just be burping up Malort.
Which reminds me, after the 4th of July, we got to lock in the Thirsty Thursday dates for Ski Cooper.
Okay.
Because everyone's asking. I think people want to travel in for that. So we'll do that again, I guess.
Look at these guys planning ahead.
Fucking so professional. We're over here just like, I'm filming. Yay.
I'm just hoping that everyone buys my ticket when I show up there. Like this year, I was like, I hope he bought that actually, because I didn't. So yeah.
I bought your ticket. You were fine.
Worst planning ever.
Always. And there's no cell service, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
Reminds me, we got to pick up walkie-talkies and a radar gun.
Yep.
We're doing hot laps down the front side of Ski Cooper. Speed record wins something. I don't know what. So, yeah. Oh, well. Let's give this man a spin. Ooh, next question gets a spin, lose a letter. All right. Well, we got to go find one. Okay. From Van Sabbath, what's your favorite Ice Coast resorts if you even want to go? Dude, I'm from the East Coast. I don't want to go back. If I do, the fuck is the Catholic Church doing? They're banging their bells. What the fuck? Goddamn snake cult.
It's cheaper to get married on Thursday.
Oh, they're probably pissed too when they walk out. My car's parked right in front. Again, taking up 2 spots because I don't give a fuck. No, if I had to go back and ride the East Coast, it's going to be the Dome. It's the most controlled East Coast conditions, and I can ride it year round.
Well, and you know it's not going to rain on you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You never know. It's Jersey. It could start on fire and the sprinklers go off.
Yeah. Or a poop pipe burst.
Oh. I still have no clue how that thing makes any money.
I don't know.
I still don't. But let's give this man a spin. Oh, try again. Wah, wah, wah. All right, we got my knees are cheese. Looking at Japan trip, lots of trail maps are marked prohibited area around the trees. That's just a suggestion, right? Totally. Hashtag zero cavities today. Duck ropes, spray skiers. Just don't film yourself ducking ropes and don't admit to it if you get caught.
Yeah.
And don't go anywhere where you'll die.
Yeah.
Know your way out. That's the big thing. Know your way out. But yes, they're all suggestions.
Is it actually? I never know. Like I hear some people be like, "Yeah, this resort said don't do it," and then this one didn't care, and then I don't know.
We got some hot soup coming through.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. We got James Lee. You guys check out the Copper Hike Park. Our editor went, said it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I am fully checked out from snowboarding right now. I am rehabbing some nagging knee injuries. Also, might have a hernia or I might have torn an ab muscle. I'm not sure. I've done it before, so I don't think it's a hernia. I think it's just a small tear in an ab muscle, but I've done this before because that incision that I have, it's real easy for me to tear an ab muscle. So, okay. All right. So, Jonah Childs wants to know, do you have to pay for Thirsty Thursday? Can you give me the rundown for it? Please tell me you do a day at Copper. Ski Cooper Thirsty Thursday. You have to buy your lift ticket at least 2 days in advance for the Thursday that we pick. It's $30. $30. And once you're there, it's a free-for-all inside the gate because Ski Cooper is unlike any other resort. It's like going to a festival. They check you at the gate, and then you're inside the resort, and that's it. Can't even call it a resort. It's a ski hill. That's what it is. And then this year, we're bringing the speed gun. We're seeing who's setting hot laps. But it's just about 45, 50 of us just mobbing around, jumping off shit. And then we go to the bar and we hang out. And some people drink beers and other people eat chocolate. And then we piss off the bartender. It's pretty fun.
Yep. And then, a lot of the people meet up like the day before and go to Copper and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You might run into us there. And we might ride with you. We might not.
There's talk about doing a men's league at Copper this year for everyone. So
there you
go. I'm toying with what that would fully entail, but it would be a midweek. Maybe it'd be a Friday. Get those guys on the weekend crowd that dip out of work early or something. But it would be one of those things where it'd just be a group of us meeting up to go shred and do stuff. So, all right. And we've got a super sticker from DLock79. I assume he just wanted to spin. Oof. Person above you and below you lose a letter. Well, both of them already lost their letters, so we're good. Boy, it's a rough week. All right. We got Mitchell Wright. How do you know when a board is defective versus just a shit design? My old war pig was a floppy, lifeless, vague turd. Sold it straight away. I mean, did you buy the right size or did you buy one that was super small to you? Because that thing has carbon array 3 in it at least. So that's not it. You might just not like a flat to rocker profile. But the big thing, if you get a brand new board and you want to see if it's perfect, like if it's flat to rocker or whatever, get a perfectly level surface, put the board flat on it, and look at the contact points and see if one is elevated or not. That'll tell you if it was twisted coming out of the press. It does happen from time to time. There's that. And then occasionally, I've seen this because I've had this, when they're doing, like if they're doing a big build week or whatever, sometimes they grab the wrong core and they put it inside the board. Because I got a metal Gnuru that I swear to God had like, I think it was like a Jamie Lynn Phoenix core in it or something stupid like that. It was super crazy stiff. Only board I've ever done a full loop on the heel side edge. Like just all the way around. So yeah. All right, let's get this man a spin. Got to pay that angry tax, that Avon tax, lose 2 letters, which I don't think you're even on here, but we'll double check. No, nope, not seeing you there. All right. Well, yeah, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, we got RJ Gould redoing the quiver. I have a ride algorithm and a Jones hovercraft. What else do I need? 203 BBC.
You need a party board.
Yeah, you do. Actually, like maybe a K2 party platter, or you could wait for the new almanac, or like get like a strand of Baru or something like that. What do you got for this man?
Service dog, or even like a mind expander if you want to stick with that, or war pig if you want to stick with the ride. Like, yeah, any of those three. I would personally probably recommend the service dog, but it's just a lot different than what you have there. So I don't know. I think that one would be fun to add to it, because that hovercraft's going to be precise. Your algorithm's also going to be precise. You need something that's just
something
loose
a
and
little
fun.
looser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like a Taka EP from Solomon. Get the big board.
Yeah.
Floppy nose.
Yeah. Something fun, though. Just something like that. Doesn't have to be a party board, but yeah, something fun that you can just.
Ride PC would fit in the middle of those two as well. Or even a super pig.
No.
All right. Oof, lose a turn and a letter. Plus the person above and below. That's a rough one. That's not how you make friends, sir. That's how you make mortal enemies. These guys are going to sit next to you at Thirsty Thursday. And they're going to be pissed. So you're back to an S. And the person above you is Mitchell Wright. And the person below you is Alpha Kilo. So those guys don't have anything. So that's good. They didn't lose anything. All right. We're going to take this one from Alpha Kilo. If you had a gun to your head and had to add a new board to the ride lineup, what type of board would you add?
Something full camber.
Like true twin, directional twin?
It doesn't matter. We just went over this yesterday, though, when we were going through top five. Yeah. They don't have a true camber board.
They don't have anything with full camber. They have stuff that's close, but it's got that mini rocker in the tip. So we couldn't count it.
I would probably go a true camber, like park board, honestly, like a true twin, just something not super aggressive. Like maybe have carbon 3 in it, but
so basically a kink with full camber.
The kink with full camber, yeah. Does that have carbon 3?
No, that doesn't. It'd be more like a zero.
I'd make you carbon 3.
Yeah.
And almost have it be a step down to what the burnout would be, but that way it's still not like cannibalizing the customer for like the zero.
Well, no, the burnout's super stiff.
I know it's a step down from what that would be.
Yeah. So it'd be, I get what you're saying. So rather than add a board, from my perspective, I would set the smoke screen on fire and kill it.
Yeah.
And then you're good from there. That's the one board that just needs to fucking die. Otherwise ride's pretty solid. I mean, maybe a true swallowtail, not a split tail, but a true swallowtail. That would be
I could see that. But I agree with you about the smoke screen. Like, you made the moderator, you made the shadow ban.
You don't.
Why do you need this? Yeah. Like, the least fun out of all of them.
All right, we got Charles. What boot brands have a wider toe box and narrower heels that last longer? Longer than Vans. Damn verse lasts me 50 days. Hashtag Goldson Warehouse. So you'd probably want to look at the Nitro Skylab. That's because it's got a really tight. I only know this because we're doing boot like breakdowns, and so I pulled it apart. And that is the only boot in Nitro's lineup that is wide at the forefoot and narrow in the heel. They even say it's wide. And taking it, and it's got the Cloud 9 liner, so it can really expand the foam if you heat mold it. So that one would be one. Solomon will have stuff. You have to look for the W on it, though. If it says W, it's wide.
Their toe box did get a little wider in their new ones.
Yeah.
But the main thing to keep in mind, depending on the one, if you're like the Echo, you need to have a fat ass ankle in that one. But if
Yeah.
you look like a Dialogue or something, you'll be
That's
fine.
what I was thinking. More like a
Yeah.
Dialogue, not the Echo.
Yeah.
But and it's hit or miss on those. Some of the Nideckers will be a little bit wider, 32s, but they'll probably last 32 runs.
I was gonna say that's less than Vans.
Yeah, that's definitely less than Vans in there.
You could possibly try a ride with a wrap liner.
Yeah.
But not like the drawstring, the standard liner. Make sure it's their wrap liner, and that'll
so
fit
like the
more snug on your ankle.
Yep. So something like that. Certain
Yeah.
certain Burtons are that way. Flux will be that way too. But with the Burtons, try to find a Japanese Burton boot because they make stuff specifically for the Japanese market. Super wide in the forefoot, but tighter in the heel too. So. Ouch, person above and below. Well, that's Jonah Childs above you. Let's see. Is he even on here? I don't even remember. There's so many people. I gotta tighten up this list, I think. And then below you is Pat Zaransky, and I know he's not, so there you go. All right. Let's see. We got a super chat here from Slushy Shredder. If we pool our cash together and get you a Goldson, will you review it for us? And how do I become a team rider? Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Any of you guys want to buy a Goldson snowboard for us from their warehouse so I can wear it? That would be awesome. And it's going to be the stifferest board out there. If you guys pool your money and ship it to us, that's fine. I don't care. And I promise I will give you guys one hell of a review with it. One hell of a review. I'll rival the Clue review. But not as dark.
I don't doubt that.
All right, you won a letter. That's a solid. Not many people have been winning letters today. You got SNO. That's a solid. All right, let's see. Ooh. Micah Stovall burned some major blisters in my heels when I was booting up. How do I fix? You need a boot that fits you. Your boot's too big. Your heel is lifting. And so if you want to go with the shotgun or the Band-Aid on a shotgun wound approach, butterfly wrap. Or you can get like the J bar, the C bar in there, and you put them on your ankles on the outside of the liner between the shell. I actually talk about this in the boot fitting 101. I'm redoing the boot fitting 101. That's it's probably the end of next month's filming because we're getting so much stuff done. But you need to suck up volume inside your boot because your heel is lifting and it's rubbing in there. So your boot is probably too big for you. Okay. We will take this one from Jonah Childs. What Powerboard rides the best switch? Well, you're going to want like a powder twin then.
Yeah.
If you're going for switch. So that's like the Spring Break powder twin. Ride Warpig will do it to an extent. The Endeavor Maverick. You really want something that's not going to fight you too much when you're doing it. Marhard Lumberjack. That board fucks switch. You okay with that?
Yeah, I got something in my eye. I'm making it.
Schmeck?
Yeah. Double dip. LibTech. That one will ride.
Oh yeah, switch. that board's super fun and powerful.
The all in, the S all in, that one. I actually did ride that one switch. Fucking Orca, dude. I probably wouldn't ride that switch. There's a giant up kick in the tail, but I wouldn't. What else is there twin?
Well, we got a top 5 powder.
I know. I don't want to.
So let me see. What do we got on that? Because I can
Jones Mind Expander twin.
Mind Expander twin. Yeah. Let's see. Where is that?
Should be page 12 out of 16 or 17.
Oh God, that's deep. I think I'm in that range. Let me see. Bank slalom boards, directional cambered. Let's see. Boards for big feet. Pro models. The Price is Right. Snowboards. Beefed up. Hard carving. Crazy carvers. Party boards. Powder boards. Powder freestyle. You could do like the K2 Antidote or the new Almanac. Rosinal Slashimi, Solomon Six Stick, Nitro Basher, Rome Ravine, to an extent the Endeavor Apollo as well, the Arbor Satori, Lidtech Golden Orca. You got options. You got a ton of options. So, yeah. All right. And Letters wants to know, are you going to review an electric snowboard? No. They are in our affiliate program, and I think they actually contacted me, and I was like, deny. It's like, I'm not even dealing with that shit.
I don't understand the point.
Well, I still think it's funny that this company came out of nowhere with it, and there's this dude in Mammoth. He hates me because I called him out one time because he tried to tag me, and he's like, you need to promote this. And I was like, this is a bad fucking idea, dude. 9 years this guy's been developing this, and he's like, I'm so close to having it done, and you're just shit talking me. You don't even understand it. And I was like, and you've never put out a working video of it. It's just you standing there with the control, and it's going around your yard kicking up dirt. I'm like, fucking make something that fucking works, dude. Jesus Christ. The only video of anyone riding it is his kid who weighed 45 pounds at the time, and he was riding like a 159, and it went about that far and died. Like, no, like, it's stupid. I love that they're like, this is only good on groomed surfaces, and no resort's like gonna let you on with it. None. So what are you gonna do? Hit the Nordic Center and just
that could be kind of fun.
I mean,
just tearing up the golf course.
I mean, the only reason I would get one is if we took up jousting with it. So we each had one and we were jousting each other out on the cross country, like down on the bike path in Breck when they groom it, just right down by CMC. We could probably charge.
Yeah, I don't see the point of it. Like, you're turning your snowboard into a snowmobile?
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Because once you go up, you can't go back down with it. I can't ride it how I want to ride a snowboard down. Or what am I going to do? Leave my snowboard up top and then... Too. Oh, sorry, bud.
And next question.
Did you have anything to...
Let's see. This is an easy one. Alpha Kilo. What's the best town in Summit County? Keystone. Definitely.
Keystone.
Take Keystone. Summit Cove. Montezuma. Population 29. Like, each town has its pros and cons. Some are better than others. Like Silverthorne's a fucking shithole. Dilverthorne, kind of ass too. And there, Keystone's now officially become a town. Summit Cove's on the up and up. Wilderness is weird. Montezuma is where the hills have eyes. Frisco, kind of it's a truck stop with a main street. Breckenridge is really the only real town, in my opinion. And Blue River only has one restaurant. So,
hell of a restaurant, though.
Have you been to it?
No.
I think it's under new ownership. It's like the 7th owner in 4 years. So. Hot soup coming through. All right, we're going to take this one from Thomas Acosta. Averin, I know you spent a while at Stevens Pass. I've been looking at past snow records for La Nina years, but I'd love to hear some anecdotal info on what a La Nina year looks like. I lived there in their second best winter ever in a La Nina year. Freaking the day before the resort opened, 8.5 feet. 8.5 feet. Jesus. My little brother and I went up and we were hiking under Hogsback and we were hitting this like shelf jump. It was shooting you out like 40 feet. I lawn darted into 8 feet of snow. He had to dig me out. I just like rocking back and forth trying to get out. When that resort, so when Stevens closed that year in April, they closed the first week of April. They had a 48-foot base. Underneath the Hogsback lift, I think it's Hogsback at least. There's 3 cliff drops, and I think it's like 10, 15, and 20. That's how they were at the start of the season. So like you could drop them, right? At the end of the season, it was a groomed run that the cat just drove up. I got launched on the backside off of a wind lip, like it's like a wind lip cornice thing, and I landed into it and just sunk instantly. I had to paddle out. It's the only resort I've ever had to paddle back to the chairlift. Full blown, like dug myself out, threw the board down, laid on it, and just pulled myself for about a quarter mile. It's ridiculous how good the snow can be up there. And I lived on the east side of the pass, not the west side, because the west side they would do the Avi mitigation, and it would blow through. Was that Tunnel Creek or whatever? It's the area where like 8 people died in an avalanche like 10 years ago. But it would blow through there and block the highway. So like it would block traffic all the way back to Seattle, like all the way through Monroe down the highway. And I'd just be like, and be like, oh, no one's here. All right. And I'd ride to like 2 or 3, and then the highway would open and everyone would bum rush up. And they're like, where are you going? I was like, been smashing pow for 6 hours. Fucking going home. Taking a nap. See you bitches later. You know? So that's what you can expect from there. All right. Let's see. Got a super chat here from Ruff. Has snowboarding ever been this kooky, or did influencers take us to a spot that's never been seen? Oh, no. There's always kookiness in snowboarding. You just see
it
more
goes in waves.
Social media. It's always been there. Yeah. And in fact, if anything, snowboarding is actually healthier than where it was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was like in this weird spot where like people that probably would be influencers today got jobs for companies and just ruined a lot of shit. They wanted to be the cool guy with the job at the snowboard brand, but they didn't work. So they were putting out like some really bunk ass products. There was a lot of bunk ass marketing. You had like no one knew what was really going on. And you just sort of had this weird thing. And it was just super weird. It was a lot of posers in position. At least now we just call them out. Like the influencers are what they are. Like the only reason I hate them is because they promote shitty ass product and create shitty ass content that people copy and do stupid ass shit. If they didn't do any of that, I'd just be like, yeah, whatever, man. Go fucking make your lame ass vlog about how you fucking made 4 laps at Copper. I don't give a fuck. That shit doesn't bother me. But when you're sitting there promoting shit like Clue or knockoff goggles, nothing that helps snowboarding, or you're trying to promote your shitty ass camp that you didn't even ride at because you injured your ankle, and you charge $3,000 a person, fuck you. Like, no, we're in a better spot now than we've ever been. You have anything to add to that, sir?
No, really I was going to say it goes in waves. Like you see it in waves, like especially when you've been in it as long as you, or like, I mean, even when I started out, you just see shit and you're like, wow, that's terrible. But here we are. Like I remember in maybe I was in 7th or 8th grade, but skinny jeans over your snowboard boots were in trend. You're like, that's the kookiest shit I've ever seen. To this day, like that. Still, I hate that. Jalali. I hate that trend.
That was a big trend. Oh my god, that took off and never should have been.
Yeah, it was huge in Minnesota too. Like all of those kids on the tow ropes, and I was
on all them.
I was like, this is the ugliest shit I'd ever seen. Like,
funniest thing is when you find the old clips of Lucas Magoon when he was one of those kids, and then he went to Tech 9 and got super thugged out.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is seeing old Joe Sexton clips too, where you're like, damn, Joe, I even had his pair of snow pants that looked like black jeans that were all skinny as shit. And I was like, I don't know why I did that, but I still have them.
You were a kid and you were young and impressionable. And he was the hometown hero.
Yeah, I was like 17 or something. But I used to have the Lucas Magoon like baggy ass shit. And when I like got back into snowboarding probably like 10 years ago, my friend's like, what are you doing, dude? Like stuff's tailored now. I was like, nope. Blast my stance out on my Retox because you could get like a 24.5 on it. And it's like baggy clothes. And they're like, you look like you're from like 10 years before this. And I'm like, yeah, I am. But yeah, it's always been here. It's always going to be here.
Waves of everything. Like the longer you're in snowboarding, the more you see trends come and go. Like this, I love how everyone is dressing in like 90s style right now. And I'm looking around going, you're not even dressing like the cool kids from the 90s. You're dressing like the dorks, and you're copying your parents. So that tells me your parents were fucking dorks. And I was having this conversation with this chick one time, and she's like, no, this is what the cool kids. And I was like, no, honey, that's what the white trash wore. And I was like, those were the kids that listened to ICP. They weren't cool. They were
Jinkos.
losers. Those were kids that listened to Cottonmouth Kings. Those were kids that liked Sugar Ray. You know, they listened to
Sugar Hill Gang.
No, not Sugar Hill Gang. Sugar Ray.
Oh, okay.
With Mark McGrath.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, like there was that type of shit. Those were the kids. Like I was just like, I'm like, which means we're about to go back into the emo phase in about another year or two. Mm-hmm. That's going to be real funny.
Skinny jeans are coming back. Give it 2 years.
I'm all about scene girls and snowboarding, though. Oh, give me that like, comb over the part in the big poofy hair. I'm all about it. You can give it to me. I'm fine.
Did we skip the phase where Liberty Spikes came back into snowboarding, or
no? That'll happen too.
Okay.
That'll.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm not. I'm just over here buying vintage L1 outerwear and doing my thing. Like that. That's where I'm at. Oh, let's give this man a spin. Ouch. Person above you and below you lose a letter. Oh, those guys don't have anything, so that's good. All right, we got Joe Gunn. Spin for bankruptcy. Or are we giving
That's
out
what I'm talking about.
Free bankruptcy tonight.
Yeah. Tell them what you want. And then you get the opposite.
He's going to win 4 letters.
I hope so.
Ooh. Spin. Next question gets a letter. Lose a letter. Or next question gets a spin. You have nothing left to lose, sir. All right. We'll take this one from Coach Rich. How's the golf game? Non-existent. I do not do it. TC went golfing, though.
I did. I went golfing on Monday. Shot 96. Not great, but, you know, wasn't bad.
It's okay. He made pollen explode out of a tree.
Yeah. Dude, the pollen was terrible, though. Holy shit. That was just something else. Like, you could see it, like, rained, like, a couple drops, but you could just see pollen getting blown across. Like, feel it hitting you. You're like, ugh. But, you know, golf game's good. Driver's hit or miss. Got a new driver, though, so I'm stoked about that. So I don't even care if it's bad. It's just fun to swing a new club.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Michael Stacy. Any boards coming out this year that's a must? Oh, there's going to be a bunch in the top 5s.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything right now.
We can't because
we're getting ready to film them, and the first top 5 will roll out the second or third week of August. So
sick.
We're there. So I can't ruin that for you. I can't even give you a spin because you want a snowboard.
Well,
sorry.
High five.
All right. We got Dank Boy Q. Reckon you guys will be reviewing the new Nitro Pow interesting shape. I wrote it. There's a review of it. We got you covered. Interesting shape, understatement. Interesting shape and camber profile. That's what you got to understand. Whew. Very interesting. So, yeah. Got the review of that. I was glad to ride that one. So, oh, hey, is it gonna bounce? Oh, try again. All right. And Luke Stranowski, post up, fellas. Wordle 1104 5/6. Black box, yellow box, black 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 box, yellow box, green box, black, yellow box, black box, green box, black box, green box, yellow box, green box, green box, green box, green box, green. I have no clue what the fuck that means, but I did it. I said it. I don't do word. I don't do word. I don't know.
I don't either. So I don't know what any of that is.
Oh, win a letter.
I think that's what the Wordle was. Win a letter.
It paid to have me say all of that out.
Yeah.
Just and I know you're on here somewhere. Where are you? You got SN. You're creeping up.
Ooh.
You're creeping up. You're stealthy. That's how Steven did it. He was very stealthy with how he won until the very end, and then he was going for broke and he hit.
He tried to press a little too hard, and it almost bit him.
Yeah. Scott G. Scotty Stevens and assless chaps. FYI, all chaps are assless because if they had asses, they'd be pants. Remember that.
True.
All right. We got Mateo. What are your thoughts on the Solomon Huck knife plus the Union Flight Pros for parkour? Ditch the Flight Pros and get a real binding.
Those things get a pair of ultras. Get a pair of ultras.
Minimum ultra, if not a force. The flight.
I would definitely do a force in my opinion, but if you want to go like, you want to be able to move everything, go with an ultra. If you want a little bit precision, go with the force. I prefer the force 10 times out of 10.
Yeah. All right. We got Himbo Slice. Best shop in Summit County to get remines grinded down to fit boots. Done with my rigid custom footbeds. Probably want to go see Creston at Powder Tools, Dylan, and Powder or Christie Sports, Dylan. So set it up. Tell him, call ahead and see when he's working, because he's working 6 days a week. I know that, between 2 jobs, possibly 7. No more than 8 days a week though. But you want Creston to do it. Creston Dover Spike. Call down there and then just schedule an appointment and let him know that you're one of our people. And specifically, you're like, I just need you to grind these down to fit my boots better. And he should be able to take care of you. And tip him well. Tip him well. And bring dog treats for his dog too.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she's very good. Toe side, never. And Joe Gunn, it's trees you have to watch out for, huh, TC?
Yes, you don't have to watch out for the bears. It's all the trees. They'll come out of nowhere and they'll get you.
They will. All right, Ted G. K2 Passport and Ride C8's a good match. You're solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. And Gorb wants to know, what do I eat for dinner? Nice tall can of shut the fuck up and get back in your freaking timeout. You're in timeout. I want to hear from you till Sunday. You're allowed out of the hole. Fucking timed you out in Discord. I'll time you out here.
It puts the lotion on the skin, Gorb.
Yeah. Or we're going to beat you with the rubber hose at Thirsty Thursday again. Got that gunked gungus. Ugh. All right, we got letters. Say the word, I'll bring the Niseko pleasures to Thirsty Thursday. Or I could keep hounding K2 to give me one. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Lose a turn and a letter. Person above and below as well. Oh, man. Frank 0020 and Luke Stradowski. Well, I know Luke's on here. And he's going to lose that letter he just got. Ouch. Back to S. But I don't think Frank is in here. I'm not seeing it. So, just taking away people's letters. You're evil. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Oh, I like this one from Joe Gunn. What board should one bring to Thirsty Thursday? Top 3 boards to bring. If it snows, Powderboard. Otherwise, your all mountain freestyle board will be fine for that place. You got to treat it. You got to remember, it's like riding on a golf course. It's kind of flat and really long. But we're good. But if you are trying to hit the speed record, bring your Speed Demon board. We're getting the radar gun. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right. Okay. We got Insulin 801. Best bib for fart storage. Bibs are out. One pieces are in.
Yes.
Fart bag.
The Jamie Lynn one piece, the Gore-Tex one that doesn't breathe.
Full fart bag. Anything that can zip together and just become a one piece. And make sure you get it a size bigger than you think, so that fart can really just float around in there.
Or like the what is it, the Beast suit or something, or the Freedom suit. The warmer the suit, the better, because that way
really cook that fart.
Yeah, cook that thing up.
Yeah, get a ninja suit.
And if you don't have one, get yourself a ninja suit, and that'll like cause a delayed reaction. Well, you'll fart on the chairlifter in the gondola with your friends, and then you'll be riding, and all of a sudden somebody else shit your pants, and then you realize about 10 minutes ago you did that.
Yeah.
So
that's where you ideally want it to be. So.
But it does keep you warm.
Yep. Ooh, TC rigged this, lose a letter, but I think you lost everything previously.
Yeah. I think that's how that went last week.
Maybe not. You might. No, you lost it last week.
Yeah, you're gone.
Yeah, bummer. All right, we got Evan Johnson. You said Berserker was the smoothest turning board in 2021, so I bought it. What has superseded it in 2024? Hashtag Duck Baker Ropes. Hashtag Buckhouse Tism Camp. So you really want something. I mean, you rode the new Berserker, so you know if it's smooth turning. I haven't been on that.
Just like it's literally the same thing as when they did the revamp of it. So that skinnier version, I think that was still 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, right, something like that.
Same thing. I think that the deep fake is smooth as hell at turning. And you feel that whole contact point. That board, I don't know. There's something about that board that I loved how that front contact point, it just gripped and just turned, and I could just trust it. That was probably my favorite. But I mean, if you like how twitchy the Berserker is and how quick it turns, it's still there. Like, they still have it. They put the top sheet back on it. It might say it's not on there. It's on there. So
I mean,
it does ride the same.
From Amplid too, like a UNW8 or a Pentaquark. Nitro Pantera is another one, or the Highlander from them. Those are some super smooth turning boards. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Ooh, TC rigged this. Lose a letter. That's
Flagship turned really smooth too. So.
Ultra Flagship or Flagship Pro turns really well too.
Yeah.
And that's, there's a bunch of really good turning boards out there.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gotten better as the years have gone on.
Megadeth. It's twitchy, but I mean, it turns.
Yeah. I mean, they probably like twitchy though, because they like the Berserker. So.
Nidecker Megalite too. Not the Ultralight, the Megalite. That's a good one. You're lucky you're not on that list. You're not losing anything. All right. Let's see. We got rough. Just booked my trip to Japan for a week in January. I'm stuck. I hope it's towards the end of January. You want to be a little further out than you think. That's the key to that. But should be good. I'm jealous. Lose half your letters. Oh. Well,
he had a lot.
He did. You lost an O, you lost a B, and you lost a W. That's a rough one. Rough for rough. Okay.
But congrats on the trip to Japan. That'll be fun, dude.
All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Jonah Childs, how come you don't review any flex spines? Because when they say they're going to send shit, it just does not show up. They said they were going to send stuff this year, first time in 3 years. The other thing is, about 3 years ago, they fired all their North American people. They had no one doing distribution or representation. So that's also part of it there. So, I've done it on and off in the past. Like, if the opportunity presents itself, we go for it. If it doesn't, all right. We got B Kooky. Baby needs a new letter. Hashtag spray Fago. Ouch. Wait. Oh, lose half your letters. Well, you don't have any to lose, so you're good. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, we got Jay. Need a summit shop for doing a base structure. Working out at Copper this summer and ripping lots apart. Snow is slow as shit. Call Montserrat and see if they're open. And if they're doing tunes. If Montserrat's not, call around, check the Christie's in Frisco and see if Jamie and the boys are doing it there or the one in Dillon. That would be my 2 cents on that. All right. We got Joe Gunn. Here's some super credits. Here's a super spin. That's how we do things around here.
Hopefully it doesn't turn to super shit for you. Oh, it can't. You don't have anything.
Toe side, never. All right. We got Tomato Joe. But Dojo makes me sick.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. Oh, cucked. Next person loses a letter and you lose a letter. Were you on this list? Let's see. Don't think so. Don't remember you on there. And the next person is Jared Bryce, who I don't think is on here. You guys are just murdering each other today. Whew. People are going to be punching people in the face at Thirsty Thursday. That's just horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blackjack table.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just here for the chaos. All right, well, take this super chat from Jared Bryce. Hey, gents, want to upgrade from my yes typo, maybe a directional twin, directional just a little stiffer. Any recommendations? Yeah, I mean, if you want to go a little stiffer than the typo, like incrementally, the Ride Shadow Band will be a little bit stiffer, or you could do the algorithm and that will be a lot stiffer. If you did Solomon, wait till next year's Assassin Pro. That would be a nice bump up from your typo. Maybe a Jones Mountain Twin Pro. What do you think, sir?
I was thinking possibly like a yes standard, just a regular one, or that you can go the uninked version if you really want. That one's directional twin there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, if you wanted to go straight directional, I would go with the Pick Your Line unink. That board's awesome. It's got a pretty sick graphic next year too. Otherwise, like, you think the Mountain Twin Pro?
Yeah, over the regular Mountain Twin, because you're splitting hairs between the regular Mountain Twin and the typo. Like, they're very similar. The difference is in the torsional flex. The Mountain Twin is a little stiffer torsionally, and it grips different underfoot. That's you're like I said, you're splitting hairs at that point with it. I mean, if you want something cool that's going to stick out, I go look at the Rome Stolly Cruiser.
Yeah.
Or Stolly Fish. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. We're spinning here. Next question gets a spin and lose a letter. Well, you have none to lose. So let's see. What do we got down here? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Trying to find a good question. We'll take this one from Jonah Childs. When are y'all going to come skate with me at the Breck or Frisco Park? Half past never. My skating skills are fucking deplorable right now, and my knees are killing me. So
I do have to go to the Breck Park. I've heard it's really fun. I haven't been. I don't.
When's the last time you skated?
I don't know. Oh, last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's give this man a spin.
Yeah, actually skated last year. I did land a kickflip when we got here in Breck.
Ouch. Lose a letter, but you have nothing to lose. All right. We got Jerry TS. Can I get 2 spins? No. You get 1, like everyone else. If you ask for a bonus spin again, you get nothing.
Maybe we'll just put bonus spin on the wheel. You don't get anything from it. You just get another spin, and then you probably go bankrupt.
Toeside never. Well, we got David Dixon. Better odds of winning in a real casino. This is like the different kind of casino in Vegas Vacation. Oh, yeah. I'm totally Wallace Shawn.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Inconceivable. War. Yes, and pick a number. What?
Yeah, pick a number. I can pick a number.
Yeah, so I can totally pick a number. Anyways, I think we kind of got through everything. We're going to be off next week because it is the 4th of July here in the U.S. Please do not blow off any of your hands. I know some of you like to think you're pyrotechnic specialists, but yeah.
If you're in a dry climate, try not to burn it down, that sort of thing.
Yeah, don't do that. But we'll be back in 2 weeks playing a game of snowboard. Mm-hmm. The wheel might change. It might not. I don't know. We'll see what mood I get into to do that. All right. Oh, wait. We do have one final super chat that I do think we need to hit on from Joe Gunn. For $2,750, can I wax my Gilson in your garage and try giving it structure? You can do anything you want in my non-existent garage.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we'll meet you in the parking garage at Breckenridge because that's the closest thing to a garage I can use. That's where I'm at. Well, we're not taking any more questions. So everyone be safe for the 4th. We'll be back in 2 weeks and we'll see you then.
Thanks, guys.